Hey guys, welcome back to the Sullivan family. Before we get into the video, please subscribe to our channel. Please drop us a like and a comment after this video. If you want to see more from us on our social media, check us out on the links in the video description below. Cool. Right, so this week's vlog is about Prams, Buggies. Zoe's put the dishwasher on again.
Sorry. There's no leaving on it.
It's about Prams, Buggies, and all that kind of thing. Last 15 years, we've had so many Prams and Buggies, it's ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. We've had Prams that have we've had Buggies that have cost 20, 30 quid. We've had Prams that have cost...
We don't speak about how much they cost.
We've had Prams that have cost more than my car, right? But again, just let Zoe get on with it, to be honest, because... at the end of the day, you're using them more than I am, especially when I'm at work. So, we decided that one of the vlogs that we really wanted to do was to explain what kind of buggies we've had, how we found them, what are our favourite buggies in the end, and Prams, and what has been the most use to us. Yeah. So, for me, personally...
Can you even remember?
I can't remember. I don't know. I know we've had a lot, and I know what we're using now. But as far as the rest of it goes, I have no clue. So
I've just got to search something.
I'm just going to nod and smile and jump in now and again and let Zoe tell you what we've had since 2005 when Elizabeth was born. Go, Zoe.
We had a Britax travel system, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, we did.
When they were like proper first new. They were the dogs, weren't they, back then? So that was 2005 because Elizabeth is 15. It was red and black check, wasn't it?
In fact, I chose it.
It was red and black check, and it had the car seat. And I mean, God, you look back now, and the car seat probably wasn't even safe. Well, it was at the time, but you know, from now. So
yeah.
it was that red and black checkered Britax travel system. That was what we had for her first.
Oh, by the way, there's going to be photos popping up. Of each individual item that we've bought, each pram, each buggy.
Did that have a pram bit to go with it?
It had the whole lot.
No, I don't think it did. It had the car seat.
It was a buggy.
It was the pushchair and the car seat, if I remember rightly.
But it was like a
no, because you didn't have like the pram bit then. That wasn't.
No.
That kind of came into fashion again later. You just had the pushchair and the car seat, because we used to back then. You used to put her in the car seat quite a lot, and you kind of, that was what you had. You had the car seat and you had the pushchair, and that you used the car seat as the pushchair, didn't you?
You did
back then.
It was all right.
But then equally, you used to make up 7 bottles in the morning and put them in the fridge, and you're not allowed to do that anymore. With that, going back those days, you'd make all your bottles up in the morning and you'd put them in the fridge.
If I remember, in 2005, it was a couple $100, wasn't it? Which was a week's wages back then, wasn't it?
Quite a lot of money.
Down the mines and that. I'm sure it was a week's wages.
When she got bigger though, we found it a little bit too cumbersome, I think, didn't we? So we'd got her a normal buggy, and I've been trying to rack my brains as to what this buggy was, because I remember having it because she was in it at our wedding in September. We had
to put the vlog off, right? We're supposed to start recording this vlog. We've only got a certain amount of time to record vlogs with all the kids and everything, so they're out in the garden at the moment. So if you do get disturbed, that's why, because they're trying to come in. However, you've just spent 15 minutes trying to find it.
I found a picture of it, but I cannot remember for the life of me. It was a Britax, just basic pushchair. You couldn't get everything you can get nowadays. You just couldn't get it back then. It wasn't there. It wasn't really available, unless you wanted to spend a lot of money. And we didn't have loads of money, did we?
No.
We haven't got loads of money now, but you know, it was even harder back then. But we had that Britax pushchair for Elizabeth, and then we had Olivia when Elizabeth was 18 months old, didn't we? So we got a McLaren. If I remember, it was a McLaren twin Techno.
Oh yeah, it was.
It was quite expensive. It was all the rage back then because you couldn't get the nice doubles that you get nowadays. That was kind of your basic, pretty much all the doubles you could get. So we had that. It was red and grey, I think, wasn't it? Yeah. And it was really nice. It was a nice pushchair. It was a nice pushchair, but I think after so Olivia was I wouldn't put a newborn in one now for sure, but I can't even remember if we had like anything to put her in or if we just put her in the pushchair wrapped in blankets. I just can't.
Well, I mean, nowadays you've got cozy toes, you've got things that
you've got cocoons and all sorts. We
clip
just didn't
into
have
the
them.
buggy.
I mean,
So
Olivia's 13, so you just didn't have them back then. So I think she probably just went straight in the seat, lying flat, didn't she?
Yeah.
So you had that. But then, if I remember rightly, when Elizabeth was about when Olivia was about 2 months old, Elizabeth refused to walk anymore. Refused to go in the buggy anymore.
She did.
Just wanted to walk. So then we had to get. Oh, that's right, because we moved to Wales when Olivia was 3 weeks old.
Yep.
And
Anglesey. I was stationed in Anglesey.
When she was 3 weeks old, and we had the double then, and we bought a new pushchair for Olivia.
Because there was no use on the beach.
No, because Elizabeth didn't want the double anymore.
Is that what it was?
So we bought a single pushchair for Olivia when we were in Wales, and I think it was a Mamas and Papas single pushchair. We must have got rid of Elizabeth's single pushchair somewhere along the line when we got the double. So we didn't have room to keep things, so we used to sell them, as you do. So that would have been what, so we got the big one for Elizabeth, the Britax for Elizabeth, the double, which we did keep.
Yep.
And the single, because we didn't use the double for very long because Elizabeth got bored of being sat in the pushchair, and then we had to buy another pushchair, a single one for Olivia, a Mamas and Papas one.
Yeah, but you always have to chop and change. The more children you have, things change, and they grow up and all that kind of stuff.
But we kept the double, not knowing that we would have twins, but we kept the double because it was barely used, and I knew I wouldn't get my money back on it. So we kept the double, and then we had the twins.
Charlotte and Isabel, the first.
So we already had a double pushchair for them. But Olivia would have only been 15 months old when the twins were born, and I don't remember what we did with her. Maybe we put her on a buggy board.
Yeah.
Must have done, because I used to take them out in their buggy, and the other two as well. We used to walk, so she must have gone on the buggy board.
I think the only problems we've ever found with the buggy. Have you turned the dishes on again? Yeah. The only problems we found with the buggies are they're really difficult on the beach. Actually,
then we moved to Benson when the twins were. They weren't very old. They were only about 8 weeks, weren't they? And if I remember rightly, we had that McLaren for quite a long time, until it used to snow quite a lot in Benson, until one winter when I dragged that thing back through the snow, because you could not push it in the snow or the sand, because you just couldn't. They aren't made for snow and sand. And I dragged it back from school with the two little ones. So Elizabeth would have just started school. I would have had Olivia walking, and the twins probably would have been about 2, so not quite big enough to be out of their buggy. And I dragged it back. And I remember saying to you then, I don't care if they are 2 and they're not going to be in the buggy for very long. We are buying something that is going to get me through that snow. And that was when we bought our first out and about.
I think you phoned me up at work to tell me that, did you not?
Probably. That was when we first bought our first out and about nipper double, and that was the V1, and that was brilliant, wasn't it? It was brilliant pushchair.
Absolutely
brilliant.
Brilliant.
I just was sick of trying to get that pushchair through the snow, but that one was amazing. It went through everything, didn't it? And we had that one, kept that one, used that one, sold that one, I think. Yeah, we did. And then we had Noah. And I bought a really, because the Bugaboos had come on the scene then, hadn't they? And I loved them.
Is this when Prams started going from 200 quid to £1,000?
Yeah, and they started getting trendier. And I so wanted a Bugaboo. And we bought a second-hand frog, didn't we?
We did.
Actually, we bought a second-hand...
From eBay?
Yeah, no, we bought another one first. One of the other ones, second-hand.
You bought a green one that when we got it through the post was disgusting.
So I sent it back.
And luckily the lady gave us our money back.
I can't remember what that was, but it was so bad. It was in such bad condition. So I bought that little red frog, didn't I?
Yep.
Which I adored. That was brilliant. And he had that. And then Eva had that buggy as well. And then...
Did we go to London for a bit, didn't we?
Then we had Toby. And we got...
Was that the eye candy?
We did get the eye candy, but did we not have some? No, we didn't. We had Toby, and I desperately then wanted an eye candy, because I thought they looked amazing, and it's probably the worst pushchair I've ever had.
The most expensive.
We got the eye
and the
candy
worst.
peach twin, didn't we? And it was just, it was all right. It didn't, you know, there was nothing majorly wrong with it, but it just wasn't all that comfortable to push. Not when you've had like that double nipper that we had. Wasn't all that comfortable to push. The seats were tiny, if you remember, because it was one in front of the other.
Yeah.
And so you had Eva, who was getting bigger, and Toby as a baby. It was quite difficult getting him in and out, and I don't really like the ones on top of each other.
I never wanted the eye candy. It was like ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah, but it did look really nice, you've got to admit. It was a ridiculous amount of money, but it did look...
Is that like Mickey Flanagan when he said, I've got a monkey's worth of Pramette here?
It looked nice, just wasn't very practical. And then, so we moved to Scotland when Toby was 5 months old, and we still had it then, because I remember selling it up here and it was still in really good condition. And I think that was when we bought another, because I said, I don't like this really, really expensive pram that you bought me anymore. And I was really, really didn't want to tell you that I didn't like it because it cost so much money. So I remember saying, I really don't like this pram that you bought me anymore, and it's really difficult to push, and it's not very easy to get them in, and I just don't like it anymore. Please, can I have another one? So we bought...
I think you've got a pram fetish.
I
yourself.
have, totally. So we went back to the out and about nippers, didn't we? Double.
I have to say...
And we've got the V3, there's a V4 out now, which is the one with the double hoods. But we got the V3, and
those
we've
buggies
still got it now.
are just amazing.
They're brilliant. They're the best pushchair you can ever have.
For the beach, we got stuck in the woods, didn't we? Went on sponsored.
No, I've just thought of another one we had.
Oh my God.
We had the Phil and Ted's. Who was that with? We had Phil and Ted's as well. Oh God, where did that come? Did we get that one for Eva? That was before the eye candy. The Phil and Ted's. Do you remember? We had the Phil and Ted's double. Yeah, you do. That was the one we got stuck in the woods.
Was it?
Yeah.
We didn't buy the eye candy up here.
No, we brought it down there. We had a Phil and Ted's and an eye candy. I don't know why we had two.
Phil and Ted's and eye candy. Just making it rain. Just make it rain.
I can't remember why we had two, and I can't remember when the Phil and Ted's came in, but I remember having we had that red pink cocoon for Eva, so we must have had it for Eva. I don't know why I didn't have the bugaboo for Eva. I thought I had the bugaboo for Eva.
I've now got my story wrong, because I thought we had the out and about nipper when we went to the woods and got stuck.
No.
Was that stupid crappy Phil and Ted's?
No, it wasn't crappy. It was just not very. It was a good pushchair. It just wasn't as good as the
out and about nipper.
I can't actually remember now where that came in. I think that must have been. I don't know why I would have got rid of my frog, because I loved my frog.
I don't know.
But I remember having the Phil and Ted's for Eva. Maybe we had it because it was a double and Noah was still quite small. Do we have Noah and Eva in Phil and Ted's? That might have been why. Yes, because if you remember when we lived in Benson and I used to have to take them to school every day in the car. Do you remember? Because you had like that frame that you put on the Phil and Ted's to put the car seat on, and Noah would have been underneath. So it was for Noah and Eva that I had the Phil and Ted's. And then I think Eva might have gone into the bugaboo frog when she was on her own. Right. Possibly. I'll have to recheck that now, because I thought she was in that, but she might not have been. She might have been in the Phil and Ted's all along, because that one you could use as a single and put the seat underneath and use it as a double. Yeah. So maybe she never used the frog. Anyway,
I can't remember.
So yeah, we had the Phil and Ted's and the eye candy.
So we got rid of the eye candy and the Phil and Ted's.
Got rid of the Phil and Ted's. Got rid of the eye candy. I must have got rid of the Phil and Ted's before. I can't remember what I had, a Phil and Ted's and an eye candy, and then I bought another one. But anyway, we did. So I got the V3, which would have been for Eva and Toby. Yeah. And we still use it now, don't we? Still got it. It's still going strong. All I've ever had to do is I've got a box full of spare inner tubes and tyres, which you can get on eBay. And it's handle grips every now and again. Yeah, but it's just such a good buggy. It's in and out of the boot of the car. Cleans up really easily. It goes with us down to the beach. It goes into the woods. We've dragged that buggy up banks, beaches, you name it. It's been brilliant. And it goes with us to places like Landmark, camping when we've been camping. We had it for Eva and Toby, didn't we? Yep. And then obviously when the twins were born, we got the carry cots, didn't we? And we had it for the twins.
This is the second set of twins.
Second set of twins. So we
Lee
had
and
that.
Aaron.
And then they used it then up until they didn't need to use it anymore. And if I remember when Agnes was born, we bought a Bugaboo buffalo for her to use, but obviously I can only push one pushchair at one time. So I used to carry her quite a lot, didn't I, in a sling. But the twins were still in, so the twins would be in the buggy and I'd be carrying her. But days we all went out, we'd have the buffalo and the double, wouldn't we? And then obviously the twins grew out of the buggy, so it was Agnes and Joseph's buggy then. And Joseph didn't have a carry cot; he had a Phil and Ted's cocoon in the buggy, didn't he?
Yeah.
Because I didn't bother with another carry cot because they were all right, but they weren't, great. He had a cocoon inside that with Agnes. Now Agnes has kind of grown out the buggy, so Joseph is now using the buffalo, isn't he?
So we're back to the buffalo, but we've still got
the double.
The out and about nipper. It's not. Is it a nipper?
Yeah.
Yeah, the out and about nipper.
It's a V3.
For beach and stuff because it's just great. It really is. But then saying that, the buffalo's not too bad either, is it?
No, it did alright yesterday.
Yeah,
it's quite good.
We took it down to West Beach yesterday, and it's fine.
It's quite good. It's not as manoeuvrable as the we've had that V3 for probably about 6 years.
And it's still going.
6 or 7 years, and it still goes, and it's clean. And I mean, I do clean it quite regularly anyway. But apart from having a few bits replaced, it's brilliant. I've
had it in roof boxes. I've had it in the roof box. I've had it in the boot. Lashed to roof rack. It's literally, it's lasted all that time, hasn't it? I think that's the best money we've ever spent. And how much was it?
They're not overly expensive either. It was about £300.
So compared to the eye candy
end of pushchairs, and they last so well, don't they? Really, really do.
Brilliant.
I do really want. I've always wanted a donkey though. So if we ever have any more, I want to have a donkey, a bugaboo donkey. They're really nice. And they're really pretty.
I'd like a new car first.
They're so pretty.
A new car would be nice.
I've got to go and find out where that Phil and Ted's came in then. So I'm sure that Eva went in that frog. But maybe I sold it. I remember she had a little pink cocoon in the buggy. Little pink Phil and Ted's. So I sold that. I do sell quite a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but
we've used it and sold it. We've kept some things, but used them, sold them. Sold them. Yeah, we haven't got room to keep everything, and I've kept some. I keep more things now probably because after all these years, I've found the things that I really like now. I think that's it. I don't even know how many that was.
You're gonna have to write them down for me because I'm gonna have to find the photos to edit it tonight, so they pop up.
Probably find another one in there.
Well, there you go. Good vlog, wife. Good vlog.
Good memory.
So there we go. That is a vlog all about what buggies we've had over the past 15 years, and we really hope you enjoyed the video. So if you don't mind, if you could please subscribe to our channel, drop us a like, drop us a comment, let us know how you think the video went, and we really appreciate it. So wait till the next vlog, eh? What's the next subject going to be? We'll think of something family related. So take care, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.